Hello, and thank you for joining us. Bridget has been part of our district for the past 7 years now and can be recognized for sharing her voice on causes that are close to her heart. So Bridget, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
So Bridget, a couple weeks ago, you went and spoke to the board about an issue that was very prevalent in your life and something that you thought should be changed, and as a result, it was changed. So let's take a look at that.
So first I'll call up Bridget Carter.
My name is Bridget Carter, and I am a senior at Beverly Hills High School, and I will be graduating with Sean this May. But I'm here today to talk about the broken elevator in the STC building. My sister is sophomore Rhiannon Carter, and she is required to use an elevator because of her disability, which is spelled out in her 504 plan. And I know that both my sister and mother have shared how this 15-month-long episode has emotionally damaged my sister and our family. And I know that my mother has explained juvenile arthritis to you and what permanent damage looks like, changes in medication, taking joint injections, and having joint replacements. Now, my coming here to speak to you is not to tell you that the elevator is still broken and that this whole scenario has caused my sister both physical and emotional harm, because you already know that. I'm here to tell you that the school board needs to apologize to Rhiannon. For 15 months, my sister has not been treated as a priority by the school district like myself, Sean, and other students. You have not treated my sister with the dignity and respect she deserves. I urge you to face my sister and apologize to her. Do not cower behind emails. Do not cower behind on-site administration. Do not cower behind maintenance delays. Do not cower behind bureaucratic red tape, because human decency cannot wait. You are all intimidated by facing and apologizing to my sister for all of the physical and emotional damage you have caused her. You are afraid of a 15-year-old, but I understand, because Rhiannon is the strongest person I know. She has the courage to face her struggles every day with grace and dignity. I look up to her, and I wish to become more like her. Apologize to Rhiannon Carter for failing to follow through on your responsibility to students. Thank you.
So Bridget, that was an amazing job, an amazing thing you were able to do. Thank you so much for being able to speak like that in front of our board.
Thank you. It's so kind.
So can you tell me a little bit about how this all started and why you're so passionate about this and about changing things at our school?
I was speaking to the board about the broken STC elevator. It has been broken for 15 months, over a year, and my sister, she has juvenile arthritis, which is a disability she was just born with, and she was diagnosed when she was 2 years old. And so her trouble that she has with juvenile arthritis is that she has trouble in her joints, and so moving around and walking to classes up and down stairs can be really challenging for her, which is why having the elevator working is a necessity for her. But it's not just a necessity for my sister, it's a necessity for all students with disabilities. So it hasn't been working for over a year, and it was around this time when my sister first spoke to the board about it, and it's incredibly shocking how the board had not apologized to my sister in over a year, and that's what I came to speak to the board about.
And can you tell me a little bit about how you decided to come speak, how you came up with what you said, and the changes that have come from your opportunity to speak to our board?
Yes. Well, it had been coming to be about a year since the elevator wasn't working, and my sister, she had told my mother and I and our family that she did not feel like the board truly cared about her or her needs. She felt like she was just insignificant to them, and that just broke my heart. And it just really hurt to see someone I love and care about feel that way, and that sort of thing should not happen at our schools. And so I decided that, my sister has spoken to the board a couple times, and my mother had spoken to the board numerous times on this subject, and I decided I needed to throw my hat into the ring. I needed to show that this is something that I am passionate about, that's something that needs to get done. And just one day, pretty much that day, I was just so fueled to do this that I wrote what I wanted to say down, and that was that.
You did an awesome job. So can you tell me a little bit about what the board did in response to your speaking?
Right. Well, so the very next day after I spoke at the board, Mr. Marger, the president of the board, came to my sister at school and apologized on behalf of the board, which I was really glad and truly appreciated, and she truly appreciated it too, because that was what I wanted. That was my message to the board when I spoke to them, and so I was really glad that I was able to maybe do that and maybe just give some solace to my sister a little for that. But the problem still stands that the elevator has not been working consistently for over a year now, and that's something that still needs to change.
So was the elevator fixed, or is it currently still broken?
It was, after I spoke, it worked for maybe a couple of days, but then it broke down and it's in terminal repair. It's completely broken still.
And how has your sister been affected by the school's facilities not being operable?
Well, since the elevator hasn't been working in over a year, she's had to take alternate routes to her classes, and this has had, she has had to use stairs and longer pathways, and this has caused damage to her joints, and she has had to change her medications, and so this has had a significant damage to her and her medical condition.
Wow, so thank you so much for speaking for her and on behalf of her and other students who are struggling to get around our school. So can you tell me a little bit more about what you do with the community to help other kids and other families with juvenile arthritis?
Yes, so I've been involved with the juvenile arthritis community for many years now, and volunteering at maybe local walks and things like that. But then about 4 years ago, I started I created this program at the National Juvenile Arthritis Conference. So the National Juvenile Arthritis Conference is an annual summer conference where families of children with juvenile arthritis come to meet and social and network and learn more about the disease and what they can do. But so 4 years ago, I created a session that was for juvenile arthritis siblings, or JA siblings, because as a JA sibling, I know that JA siblings are affected by this disability, and it's a family disease. It affects the kid, of course, and then the caretakers, but then also the siblings too. And I wanted to create a safe space for those JA siblings to feel like they're a part of this community too, that they have a voice, and that was something I was really passionate about starting, and it's been 4 years now, and it's really grown and improved, and it's been getting a lot of positive results, and I'm just so glad to be able to continue it further.
That's wonderful to hear. So switching gears a little bit, this past fall, our BHUSD district and the BHEA, the teachers union, were going through a lot of negotiations, and there was a lot of tension in the air. So you decided to share your voice around our school every day. You had a very nice sign that you walked around with that said, "Teachers are awesome," because they are. So can you tell me a little bit about how this cause was close to your heart and what you did to support the side that you favored?
Well, so my mom is a teacher in the Beverly Hills Unified School District, and so while I didn't go to BHUSD schools my whole academic career, it's always been a part of my life in some ways, and I've grown close to some teachers through my mom's school. And then once I came to the Beverly Hills School District community, I've just really accepted it as my second home. And so, and these teachers, I've learned so much from them, and I really wanted to share that I was supportive of them, that they do so much for us students, that I believed that I needed to share my voice, that they are awesome, that they are incredible people that deserve basic necessities. And, you know, I not only wanted to share my voice and my opinion on that subject, but I also wanted to let people know, people who didn't feel the same way that I did, that there were two sides to this story, because I felt that the teachers' union side was not getting as much advertisement as maybe the district side was. And I wanted to share those problems and the teacher's side with my fellow students. And, you know, on my sign, I had fellow students sign it to show their support, which was, like, it really meant a lot to see how many people wanted to sign it and were eager, and how many students truly supported the teachers as well.
And were you shocked when you found out how many of our students did not really know what was going on with the negotiations, and had like incorrect information? When you were holding on your sign, and people came and asked you questions, were you shocked about how people didn't really know what was going on?
I don't know if I'd say I was shocked, because I think this issue was kept, you know, kind of on the down low by the district. It wasn't quite advertised. The teachers weren't allowed to speak about it during classroom hours, and so I wasn't really shocked or surprised that the students didn't know about it. But I wanted to share with students that opportunity to see both sides of the issue, and allow them the opportunity to get that information. Share with them the BHEA link and their goals for their talks. Yeah.
Awesome. So Bridget, on behalf of our entire BHUSD community, I would like to thank you so much for really sharing your thoughts and speaking on behalf of everyone and everyone's interests. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.